Welcome to CATtheMinion YouTube channel. My name is Theresa, but you can call me Cat. I'm doing the March astrological tarot, and I just got cold all of a sudden. I gotta put my overshirt back on. I have to excuse the neighbor using their snowblower on the half-inch of ice that's out there. This is Cancer, so this is for anyone with significant Cancer placements. You might be cross-watching. You're particularly affected by the movements of the moon. So we've got new moon in Pisces on the 13th. And the moon's in Pisces on the 12th and 13th, hanging out with the Sun, Venus, and Neptune. So there's this incredible, move the camera a little bit, it's like the darkest phase of the moon doubling down with Neptune in Pisces. It's like the deepest, darkest parts of the subconscious are going to be tapped into in March. So if those dreams are already getting weird, I guess it's just going to get weirder. The full moon is in Virgo on the 28th. So it's like the inner child trapped down in a mine is going to be brought back out into the light, kind of a open and shut case kind of a thing there. If that makes any sense. So the moon, before it heads into the full moon, not the full moon, just before the moon enters Pisces, the moon is in Aquarius with Mercury, Saturn, and Jupiter. Okay, so it's like clustering with these other planets in the collective consciousness and then the subconscious energies. So when that full moon in Virgo hits, there's going to be a lot of clearing happening. And there's probably, because the moon hits Aries energy right after that new moon phase of going down into the darkest parts of the fragmented alter personalities, there's probably going to be a little bit of rage mode for a couple of days before it calms down again. So fair warning. Oh, I did have one other thing to say before I get started. I'm not using my music deck for these readings because I'm in the process of redoing it. So I'm creating new images. I rearranged a bunch of the songs, moved stuff, deleted things, changed them out for different ones. So instead of just having a PDF that no longer exists on my computer because I could not find it, it's going to be an actual fax deck that can be purchased at some point. I need to finish the drawings. So that's happening, and the reason I'm doing the Triptych Door is not to cheat on time, but because all the longer astrological readings I've been doing for the last handful of months, I was guided to do them. So there's supposed to be 3 cards here. This came out as a double, so the middle is a double door, and then the side door over here is a jar. So I'm using my Morgan Greer deck. I modified mine. It took me 5 days. The images are still the same, it's just the backs are different. It's also like heavier, Like, not just, like, heavier because there's more... The ink apparently weighs a little bit. It's like, denser. Like, more potent. So, it's... I'm still getting used to it. And then I have my Twin Flame Pinnacle deck here. Just because I was guided to use it, it's not necessarily like only Twin Flame. It's the two sets of decks in it that comprise it are marked masculine or feminine. Alright, so all that being said, let's get into this. Let's look at this door that's cockeyed first. Okay. This is an extra card that I put in here. So let me just hold it upright. Alright. So this king on the penny farthing reminds me of the Two of Pentacles in the Legacy of the Divine Tarot. So I've assigned him Two of Pentacles, but it came in like this, which is serpents upon my dirigible. You can see that I wrote that there, even though my handwriting is shitty. But it's at an angle. It's like starting to be able to like grasp. I'm starting to regain control of the ship. There we go. And then we have the Ten of Swords related to masculine energy. Right? That was a lot of serpents on that dirigible, man. Ten of Swords energy is stick a fork in me, I'm done. But it's also the Sun in Gemini. Two of Pentacles. Oh, I see what's going on. Two of Pentacles, Jupiter in Capricorn. But this is coming in inverted. But it's giving me a little bit of Mercury retrograde energy and also the nodal energy of Gemini and Sagittarius right now. So there's a paradigm shift happening, right? What is serpents upon my dirigible? Somebody's infiltrated the system and is trying to take over it. Someone's trying to stab me in the back. I can't trust anybody. You know, it's like snakes in the grass, like that Johnny Lang song. So let's see what this double here in the middle is. Again, this idea of Gemini energy, because there's a twin thing happening. All right, so there's the Wheel of Fortune, inverted, so more inverted Sagittarian energy. That seems a little bit out of... I don't know if I can get the bottom of the card and the top of the card in focus at the same time. Okay, so in matchy-matchy here, and then I have Pentacles energy again, Seven of Pentacles. What's this but the Star? But this is still inverted. So why isn't... It's like, why isn't luck on my side? Why is this taking so long? You know, it's like other people are getting ahead by cheating, and I'm over here, you know, hoeing it up. Seven of Pentacles energy, Saturn in Taurus. All right. Oh, okay. So the Sun, and this goes back to the new moon energy. Neptune, Venus, and the Sun and the Moon in Pisces on the 12th and 13th. I also just get this idea of Jupiter inverted being like, I shot myself in the foot. And now it's taking me a long time to dig myself out. But ultimately, I do see this idea of trying to finish a cycle by resolving karma. And the choice is made that I am being forced to take the time to pull myself out of a situation that might be a little bit my fault, but might also be because people were actively or subconsciously trying to fuck me over. So let's look at the bottom of these decks. And again, there's a masculine energy involved here, which to me just doesn't necessarily mean that man bad. It means there's like an analysis. There was like a series of unfortunate events. It wasn't just like, I don't know how this happened. It was like, well, damn if that wasn't a stupid idea. All right, so let's look at the bottom of the deck. I feel like this goes in the challenge position. All right. So you have the Ten of Cups, this sort of ultimate contentment with feminine energy in a challenge position. And then we have the Nine of Pentacles, which is also feminine energy. What is she doing? Nine of Pentacles. Venus in Virgo. Okay, so this is the full moon energy. It's like, if I realize what the darkest depths of my emotional struggle is, I can take the time to work my way out of it. Like, it's this emotional healing. This Virgo energy indicates possibly inner child stuff. Like, maybe I set myself up with a pattern of helping other people drag me down because of a pattern that was set up when I was younger. But it's also this idea of I'm experiencing a new emotional contentment when I get to a point of I've done this work and now I can enjoy the fruits of my labor. Like, finally. But it's still a little bit of a challenge, but I'm bringing it into the light of day. And it's like the sun energy. What is the Ten of Cups? Oh, the Ten of Cups. Okay. Traditionally Mars in Pisces, but I've reassigned it Pluto energy. All right, Pluto's in Capricorn right now. And there was a Saturnian energy here. But that Piscean energy comes up again. Mercury in Virgo. It's also this idea of, like, between the new moon and the full moon, when Mercury goes direct, it's happening also in Pisces. Right? There's a discrepancy, because one thing I looked at said that Mercury moves into Pisces on the 16th. But then another thing said that it went into Pisces on the 19th and then went direct on the 21st. I'm like, why is it moving forward if it's going backwards? But either way, between the new moon and the full moon, Mercury moves into Pisces and also goes direct. So it's sort of like working out the ability to think clearly on this emotional contentment of building yourself back up after self-sabotage and other people, sticking the knives in at the same time, and then coming out with this energy by the full moon in Virgo on the 28th of March of, like, I know where I'm going. It's not just like, God, this is taking forever. It's like, no, I can actually do this. A little bit of self-confidence finally kicking in after some really intense emotional and consciousness work. All right. So if you want to get a personal reading, oh my God, I got the thing all tangled up. If you want to get a personal reading, I'm going to zoom this in a little bit. Nope. Okay. You can email me, thecatcamebackatcamp@gmail.com. The list of readings, this still doesn't feel like it's in focus all the way. There we go. The list of readings I have and how much they cost is going to be in the description box underneath this video. If you want to donate, that's PayPal, Cash App, or Venmo. I have art items, coloring books, dark poetry, merch and prints and actual stuff like chapbook packs, which is like synchronicity stimulus. It's kind of like throwing down a few cards and seeing what pops out. If you get 3 or more items, you can use that coupon code 3star17 to get 17% off your purchase. 3 or more items. If you go through the link tree, that should pop in automatically. All these other links are in there as well. So don't forget to like, share, subscribe, comment, check out my playlists tab, my discussion tab, and stay groovy, and we'll see you later. Bye. Okay, so this is just a little addendum to the video that I just was in here. I just put this here as something to look at instead of just my hands here. But, so this is what happens when I try to write down information during Mercury retrograde, okay? So most of February I wasn't supposed to look at the chart movements for, like the placement movements for the signs in the planets and stuff. So the information about Mercury moving into Pisces from Aquarius on the 15th and then the 16th of March is right, and then I must have somehow scrambled it with information from a Mercury retrograde from 2020. I don't know what the hell was going on with that, but Mercury goes direct on February 20th. So by the time of this reading, Mercury's direct in Aquarius and then moves into Pisces, which means that there is no confusion as to why it's both backwards and forwards at the same time. And I think a lot of this has to do with this sort of confusing timeline cloud that just seemed to pull information from entirely the wrong timeline. But what's interesting is that the post-shadow goes until the new moon on the 13th in Pisces. So what I had said about Mercury retrograde and its movements, something creating during the space between the new moon and the full moon, is still accurate because Mercury moves into Pisces on the 16th in between those two phases. So instead of trying to type a note under in the description box and having people not click on it and read that, I figured I'd just make a little segment and stick that on there. So everything else is fine. I just wanted to point that out and let people know that I do, in fact, sort of know what I'm doing. All right, bye.